Welcome everyone to another C3UG video. My name is Graham Akers from Brightech Systems in Vancouver. Michelle?
Hi, Michelle Smith from Emmy Smith Consulting in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Colin?
I'm Colin Breckles with Castlebrook in Ontario. Graham?
Yeah, so today we are here with Richard Moy. People will know Richard from organizing MWLUG and Collabsphere, and it's our great pleasure to announce Richard as the 2023 recipient of our North Star Award to recognize his contributions to the community. Welcome, Richard.
Thank you. Thanks for choosing me as the winner.
Yeah, you're joining a list of folks that again have just made significant contributions to the community that we'd like to recognize. So you have in your hot little hands a box that we ship to you that has the award in it. I'll ask you to open that up, and I'll ask Colin to tell everybody about the award as you're doing it.
Absolutely. So Richard,
I did not open it, so
this is seeing it for the first time.
take
your time.
I feel we should have a drum roll.
This award was custom made as a one of a kind for you, from a Canadian craftsman, from hardwood and stainless steel.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
I'm very honored.
Can you hold it a little closer to the camera, Richard?
There we go. It's very nice. Was it handmade by you?
No, it was handmade by a Canadian craftsman that we've had make the awards for us as a custom piece each year. So,
well, thank you very much.
So yeah,
we have some questions. Go ahead, Graham.
Yeah, exactly. Wanted to chat a little bit about kind of the things that you've done for the community, and of course, everybody that's been around for a while knows that you've been running collabs for quite a number of years, and MWLUG before that. So just wanted to ask about sort of your transition from being involved in the Chicago user group to MWLUG to Collabsphere.
Oh, sure. I got involved with the Chicago Users Group, which is called Granite, about 20 years ago. I started just as a member there, and then they needed a vice president. I asked them, well, what's the vice president do? And they said, nothing. I said, okay, I'll be the vice president. But lo and behold, they tricked me, and I realized I was responsible for practically everything. And the president's title was primarily just an in name. So I got involved, started communicating with other users groups, kind of find out what does it do. And that's how I kind of started talking to other user groups. In the Midwest, there was about 6 or 7 users groups, including one in Ohio, Wisconsin, 2 in Michigan. And so we got to know them. And then in one of the class Lotus fairs, Greg Albert and I were kind of drinking a little too much, and we decided that, we should do something like the Irish users group, something more national. So we decided to do it, and the first MWLUG became in 2019 in Chicago. And one of the goals was to be able to, bring the different cities that other user groups were located. So we decided that we'll move around from year to year and being able to experience the different cities. And each one had its own unique ambiance, and plus also each, there's a host for each of the different locations who knew the space and knew the location. They were responsible for being part of the team and plan everything. So it was actually a very nice experience the whole time. So
probably virtually nobody knows this, but my very first ever speaking experience outside of Vancouver was at MWLUG in Milwaukee, I think.
Okay. So
you gave me the chance to speak outside of my own geo, so thank you for that. Michelle, you got one?
Awesome. Yeah. Well, for my part, I'm a little late to the party on the conference. I've attended, I believe, 3 now, but I wanted to acknowledge just how welcoming you are, Richard. You made me feel like I wasn't an outsider on that first conference I attended, and it was really helpful. It made me feel part of the team, and I'm sure, you've made a lot of other people feel that way through the years.
Oh, thank you very much.
So,
one of the goals of the conference was to bring people together from different locations. We actually had a lot of people who attended who never actually went to Lotus Fair, never had opportunity to go to Lotus Fair. And this was actually the first users group or conference they went to where they actually met people that they never saw. So, and one of the things we always wanted to do was give people the opportunity to speak. We always reserved about 20% of the slots for new speakers. And besides yourself, Graham, Roden was first speaking was at NWLUG. So
Right.
You talked about, how you're bringing people together. How far away what's the farthest someone's come to attend the conference?
I think the farthest people who attend a conference besides people in Europe is Paraguay or maybe even in Argentina. Now, we've
Wow.
had people, when we had it virtually, we had people from Japan, China, as far south in Australia and other countries like India and everything. But in person, I think Paraguay and I think, what's the capital city in Argentina? I can't remember, but one person from Argentina came too. So, which is about what 5,000-6,000 miles away. So,
Cool. Colin?
So Richard, you also found ways to give back to the cities that you hosted the event in as you moved CollabSphere from city to city. Can you tell us a bit about that?
yeah. So one of the things we wanted to do was be able to contribute and kind of be part of that community. So in different cities, we had the opportunity to raise money for some charity that we had for that city. And I actually made a compiled list of those. And I'll just give you a quick rundown of the list of charities we actually contribute to. We had the Cleveland Food Bank, we had the Gleader Food Bank, the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, Kids Food Basket, the Mel Trotter Mystery Food Bank, Atlanta Community Food Bank, Swan Song, which is a very interesting charity, Hands on DC, Be the Cure for the American Diabetes, and then Girls Tech. So we raised about $20,000, and then we would donate that money through contributions. And we always went to, for each hotel we went to have the conference, they would donate a weekend with breakfast as the grand prize. So a lot of people to actually do a raffle. So, and no, that's one of the things that I really love about doing CollabSphere was being able to contribute to the community and get to know people who are that sometimes I see online, but never in person. So.
And at the same time, you always plan to have some kind of a keynote speaker that's outside of the specific Notes Domino community. I'm curious if you've got any good memories of some notable speakers.
Yes. So one of the things we wanted to do was kind of do the same thing Lotusford did. To have a speaker. We couldn't get like John Cleese or anything. So just how can we track someone? So we started tracking many different speakers because people like to present and talk about themselves, what they've done. So I picked two of the ones that for myself that was very I think notary, and the two are Josh Bell, who was Marine corporal in Iraq, and he lost both his legs. And he kind of discussed how he struggled to go from being depressed and then back into the corporate world and be part of the Indianapolis cult. And he was now a spokesperson for them. And he was quite moving. And that wasn't in Indianapolis when we had it in a gigantic, what used to be the Cleveland the Indianapolis train station. It was kind of a really amazing space. And then the other one was what we had in Grand Rapids. It was Virgil Westdale, who was part of the 442 regiment, which was an all-Japanese regiment during World War II. And when he spoke, he was at 97 years old.
Wow.
He lived to 102 and passed away a few years ago. But one of the most moving part of it was that he was part of the team that helped free the Holocaust victims in Dachau. And one of the attendees, his mother was in Dachau.
Oh,
So if he didn't free
Wow.
her, he would not be there. So that was kind of one of the most moving presentations we had. So
yeah,
That gave me chills. Yeah.
Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, just one more question. What was a particularly challenging experience? You've been doing this for 20 years, so I'm sure maybe one stand out.
well, doing CollabSphere is very challenging. Unlike Lotussphere, where you go to one location, everything has been like trained, you got No, probably IBM had thousands of people already prepared. There was just me and my team. Okay. And each year it was different location, different hotel, different team.
Mhm.
So we had a lot of challenges. But the one that stands out the most was I don't know if you guys all attended, but was NWLUG 2016. It was in Austin, Texas. So when our team got there, we were trying to prepare everything, get all the stuff that was shipped over there. But there are no badges, which we already prepared and everything. And the hotels was looking around for the box of badges, which had all the names, everything all set up. So the team, anybody volunteer, would go to every single Home Depot or not Home Depot, sorry, Office Depot and Office Max and buy as many badges as possible. So we got them all together. We started creating badges. And then like the next day later, they found the badges
Oh, no.
in the engineering department down in the cellar, the people who do the heating, cooling. Why was there? I have no idea. But then there was not the only problem for that one. The problem was that the dimensions we have for our exhibit hall was set for a certain size. When we got there, it didn't look right. Everything was squashed in. And then we realized there was an error in the number on the dimensions. So we had to rearrange everything so that everything would be structured the way it needs to be, but people can actually walk around, because you can barely walk around. And then the final thing that happened, actually there's two more things, but the most noted one was that we always had a evening event for everyone, whether it's food or it's an activity. And what happened was the bus driver was supposed to pick us up.
Oh, no.
The bus driver drove back to Houston.
Oh.
Thought that she should not be needed because we were actually having her carry stuff, doing stuff, other stuff. So she drove back. So we called the bus company. Companies were shocked, and she went back to Houston. So the bus company had to call their rival
Oh, no.
and ask the rival to do the job. And
Oh.
the funny thing is, the rival didn't have anybody to do it because they were fully booked. So the owner himself drove the bus.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
that's
Amazing.
That's a little challenging day. So.
Well, 20 years. Congratulations on that contribution for the community. Colin, I'll kick it to you.
Yep, I would just echo that. Thanks for all you've done, Richard. It's
Well,
amazing.
thank you very much.
And everyone, thank you so much for watching and joining us. Take a moment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to help get us found. And have a great day, everyone.